Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this beat, it's your girl KylerB coming at you for a new video. Today we're going to be talking about Love Island Season 10, Episode 8. Yeah, no, because we don't count the unseen bits. And this episode, once again, was seasoning. Like, it just was like hit after hit after hit after hit. Okay, let's just get straight into the episode. Because Mitchell is a mug. Mitchell does not have a backbone. Mitchell, what are you doing, sir? This man told Molly in yesterday's episode that he's done with her, don't talk to me, you know, we're over, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That is it. We're over. This man said, that's it. Now, why in the world, in today's recoupling, this man decides to still pick Molly and says he still wants to explore?
Literally the second I met her, and I just want to explore it a bit more. So
explore what? In today's episode, we see after the girls had their dates, Leah and Charlotte had their dates with the guys, you know, and after Molly's hearing what the girls were saying about their dates, like, you know, how Zach was, you know, had good eye contact and da-da-da-da-da, and everybody's like, yeah, he had good contact, he's like confident, da-da-da-da. She and Zach had a chat, and they kissed, they lipsed on the terrace, like, as soon as, you know, everybody saw it from the, you know, watching them. They told Mitch. Mitch gets up, speaks to Leah, and was like, hey, yeah, you know, Molly got jealous because, you know, after you talked about your date, she got up and took Zach to the terrace and kissed him and blah, 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 you know.
because obviously when you walked off, Mom went straight to Zach, grabbed him when they were going onto the terrace, because she sees you as a threat.
No, I don't feel like that.
That's alright.
I feel like they were all really nice.
Whose date were the best? Tell me.
And, like, why is he snitching on her? Like, granted, what he's saying is true. She does feel bothered by the whole date with Zach. Of course, we saw it yesterday. But the fact that you already going out your way to come grab Leah and tell Leah about what Molly and Zach were doing is like, Leah was not interested at all after that conversation. That conversation just showed what was Mitchell doing. And it showed evidently today in this episode. Anyway, we see Tyreik and Leah have a chat, and, you know, just a little chat, you know, Tyreik is putting on his little flirt, and, you know, Ella's watching, and, you know, he tells her to get up and do a twirl. So when that happens, everybody's seeing, like, why did she get up? Like, what's going on? So when, you know, Catherine comes and asks her, and she's like, yeah, from what I've been seeing, I saw her get up. And he was like, yeah, I told her to do a twirl for me.
He said he wants to keep talking to her.
And she was like, oh. It went dead silent. Dead silent. So then he's sitting in the group setting, and he's asking Ella, like, oh, why are you fuming? Like, you know, why is your face mad? And I'm like, you can understand why she's feeling a type of way. She just saw you had a dates with these girls, and then you telling her to get up and do a twirl for you. Like, what is he thinking? Anyway, we see, after Zach and Molly kiss, we see Molly gets up and pulls Mitch for a chat and be like, oh, by the way, I kissed Mitch, and I don't want nobody to really, you know, tell you before I did. You know, I just want to get that out of the way. Da-da-da-da-da. I want to get this out of the way. Da-da-da-da. And he's like, yeah, I can tell because, like, all over your face. Like, she's wearing red lipstick, and that red lipstick is smeared because not only, like, you seeing Zach kissed Molly. Like, it wasn't Molly kissed him. And they were just kissing straight on that terrace. Next thing you know, they all go to bed. And obviously the villa's, you know, kind of packed. You know, we see Tyreik tell Ella, like, you're my favorite, and da-da-da, and they start kissing, and then we see Molly and Mitch have a chat in bed, and he's like, oh, it's nice, we can be friends, and da-da-da-da, and I'm just like, okay. Next morning, We see, everybody chatting in their groups, having a little daily morning debrief. Next thing you know, Whitney gets a text. Her and Meddy are going on a date. Everybody like, okay, let's see Meddy on a date. They had a little bike ride and picnic date. It was a little something, something, They basically are just a banter couple. Like, they're just, chilling, really. We can tell that Whitney doesn't really like him like that. It's just a vibe. She's just, having a vibe with him. And, he's having a vibe with her. He's laughing, she's laughing. Like, they're in a good couple, even though it's just for banter, okay? Because, yeah, it's not giving what it's supposed to have, okay? Next thing you know, we see Ella is crying once again about Tyreik and Leah having chats.
I want to be with a guy that's just gonna take the piss. You have to remind yourself that you are that bitch.
Exactly, and I don't want a guy that make me feel like I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Because actually, I know myself, I know I'm confident, and I know my worth, and I will not stay where I'm not valued.
And, we see Catherine, basically tell her, boosting her confidence up and stuff like that, and just, letting her know, it's okay, just be calm. Ella was losing the unbothered war bad. She was losing. Not only did she cry once, she cried twice in one episode about Tyreik and the flirt. And I'm just you gotta be understandable that he told you up front, this man said, this is what he's gonna be doing. But granted, he's really just flirting to flirt, because I don't even think he even liked Leah like that. He does not. He just has good chat. He doesn't even like the girl like that to really be saying, oh, he about to move to Leah. No, he's just being a flirt. Which is bro, what are you doing? Because Ella is very too pressed. She is deep into the Tyreik sauce that, anything that he does is going to bother her. Okay? Anyway, we get a text later. They get ready for the nighttime and whatnot. And we get a text later that they need to get into the fire pit, and they need to, it's going to be a recoupling where the boys pick. So the thing is that Whitney was giving dramatics. She was giving detour, okay? This girl was just literally, every time something happened, she was giving okay, reaction. She was shocked, okay? Shook. And, the guys they're doing a recoupling. It was very quick. Very, we knew from the preview. And it was guys picking, which we knew. So then we see that they texted Leah and Charlotte, giving them first pick, because they're brand new girls. And if the girl's not picked, gonna be, vulnerable, and might be sent home. You can't just basically send back out the two new girls. So they gave them first pick. So Leah goes first, and Leah, she picks Tyreik. And I'm whoa. We can tell, because after her, her dates with Tyreik and Zach and Mitchell, she said that she had good shots with Zach. They all said they had good shots with Zach, and that, Tyreik, they really liked Tyreik. Nobody liked Mitch, and then Mitch really messed it up when he, gave Leah the ick. So, with that being said, she picked Tyreik. So her picking Tyreik, Ella was mad. She was just so what are they talking about for her to pick him? And, Tyreik, he was actually surprised too, because he really didn't think he would have gotten picked. But him doing too much flirting, you got to understand why that happened. So when Leah picked Tyreik, Ella's fuming. Whitney's calming her down. She's just stay calm, just stay calm, just stay calm. Charlotte goes next, and Charlotte picks Zach. we see Ruchee laughing and Mitchell being like a little shook and Molly like being shook too, because she was like, instead of Mitchell, she was a cool off of Mitchell, and her and Zach, they shared that kiss the night before, so they're like, oh. So Charlotte picked Zach, and yeah, everybody, they were shook, and it's just like justice for Catherine, okay? Justice for Catherine, because it lets you know that not a lot of people rate Molly. Next thing you know, after that get out of the way, Andre goes next, and Andre, he picks Catherine. He's like, from day one, he had a connection, da-da-da-da-da. He likes the way she carries herself, da-da-da-da-da. He picks Catherine, they're coupled up. Next thing you know, Sammy, he picks Jess. Next thing you know, Meddy, he picks Whitney. They're in their couple. And then we have Ruchee, Molly, and Ella. And like I said, this man is a mug. This man is a mug. If you really wanted to let Molly know you don't like her like that anymore, you cool off of her, you don't really care, you could have easily picked Ella, as a friendship couple. She has, she's in a relationship with, Tyreik, something like that, or Ruchee. Shake it up a bit. But not only did you pick Molly, you're saying like you still want to see something to explore and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. Like, sir, this girl doesn't even like you. She told Ella that, it's probably worth it to get to know Zach better than to get to know Mitch. She did not show no remorse when you were upset with her, nothing. She didn't even fight for you. She was just like, oh, she's over with. She didn't even cry not one time. Even though she was stressed because both Zach and Mitchell were on dates, this girl didn't care. She went up to Zach on a terrace and started lipsing him. Like, this girl does not care, okay? Anyway, he says that in the speech, picks Molly. Next thing you know, Catherine gets a text, says, the Islanders have to pick which girl to save. And the girl not chosen gets dumped for in a villa.
Risk. Islanders, you must now decide which single girl should be saved. The girl not chosen will be dumped from the island immediately.
And I'm like, what? All that in this episode? All that in this episode? Like, what? So we already know Ruchee's gone. Like, if you didn't know that before, Ruchee is gone. Ella is still in a couple with Tyreik. She hasn't moved nowhere differently. I don't even think Tyreik himself likes Leah like that to really say, oh, he's done, he's finished with Ella. No. So obviously, man, most of the girls like Ella a little bit better than Ruchee. Like let it be known. Ruchee's gone, and that's really sad because it could have been Molly packing her bags. Molly should have been the one leaving, getting up and out of that villa. Like, she could have been up and out of that villa. Now, Mitchell put himself in a position to still fight for Molly, and Molly don't even like him. Like, you saying you don't want to be mugged off and mugged off and mugged off in yesterday's episode, but you're putting yourself in a position to get mugged off. Like, you are so dumb. This man is dumb. So not only we lose Ruchee, we're losing Ruchee for what? For Mitchell and Molly to be in a couple, which is, there's no substance in there. There's nothing, she doesn't want you. I don't even think Zach wants Charlotte like that. I think Zach, when Zach was listening to Mitchell give that speech, he was just rubbing his head and face like,
I feel like we both got the same personality. It's just free flowing. The connection is there. It was there from.
like, what are you saying, bro? Like, what are you saying? Anyway, it cut off like that, and now tomorrow's episode is going to be them deliberating who to save between Ella and Ruchee, and it's just sad that Ruchee's gone. But that was today's episode. Like, Love Island is seasoning like hasn't been seasoning before. Like the drama, like I think the girls are gonna definitely like talk to Mitchell, because I'm like, you could have easily gave anybody else another chance. Molly had her chance. She was in a stable couple with Mitchell. Then she decided to be not in a stable couple and decided to, have her pick here, have her pick here, have her pick there. None of the other girls even had their chance to even explore their connection. Ruchee did, and she got basically shut down by Andre. So just like, it's kind of messed up, but that it is really what it is. But that was today's episode. If you have any thoughts about the episode, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments below. I definitely like to hear your thoughts on what this episode and the season is going. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and yeah, subscribe to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.